Hi, I'm Dr. Anna Marie, and welcome to this week's edition of Your Life. As you may know, this season we've been following the eco-transformation of a 40-year-old energy-draining horse farm here in Central Florida into an energy-producing, sustainable, and ultimately healthy home. On this week's Eco Healthy Home segment, we're heating up our water using the sun. Who doesn't like a nice hot shower? But these days, showers can be a bit of a guilty pleasure. Besides all the water going down the drain, think of the energy it takes to heat that stream of water and keep it hot until you need it. Did you know hot water is the biggest use of energy in the home? On average, 40% of your bill. That's why we decided to take advantage of the hot Florida sun to heat up the water here on Terra Verde. Joining me is Brock Adams from Rheem, and we chose Rheem, a Rheem solar hot water heater, because the original house had an electric Rheem unit from 1971, and it was kicking and screaming until we took it out, Brock. And just kind of curious, how well will this unit hold up to the electric unit?
Well, from a performance standpoint, you're not going to miss anything. It has a backup heating element inside of it. That's a 4.5 kW heating element, which is basically the exact same element that you had in your old heater. That element only works as a backup element. Majority of your hot water is going to be provided from the sun. The heaters can be installed in any part of the United States. The heaters actually perform better whenever you introduce them into a situation where they have the maximum amount of what's tagged as solar days. Obviously, the further south you have, the more ideal solar days that you have. In the southeast region, you're typically looking at about 100% of your water, 90 to 100% of your water that could be provided by the sun. Whenever you compare it to the rest of the United States, you're probably going to get between 60 and 90% of your hot water needs from the sun.
Our original 40-year-old electric hot water tank is being replaced with this new 80-gallon unit. To get the most out of our system, the team is installing our solar collector panels on the south-facing side of the home. Our roof slope is an ideal 20 degrees with perfect full exposure to the sun.
The first thing you want to keep in mind is where is it going to be located at. If you have a lot with a lot of trees and you're going to have a lot of shade that's going to get cast upon the solar panels, obviously it becomes less efficient. So ideal application is an open installation point where you don't have a lot of shade from trees. Although you can have some shade, the less shade that you have, the more efficient your product becomes.
When it comes to the installation of your solar collector panels, try to be as close to the existing hot water supply as possible. This will simplify the installation and be less expensive in the long run. Not too bad of a retrofit onto an old home?
Not too bad at all. That's one thing about it. It's actually pretty easy. Pretty much the toughest part of the installation comes into making sure that you have the space available for the water heater that's going to be coming in. A lot of times your traditional homes will be sized with a 40 or 50 gallon water heater, and to best utilize the solar system, you need to go with a little bit bigger gallon capacity, which is typically an 80 or 120 gallon. So you just want to make sure that you have the space available to put your new water heater in there.
Solar water heating systems may cost a bit more upfront than conventional systems, but keep in mind they usually pay for themselves in about 5 to 7 years. And right now, there are some government incentives to motivate you to steam up your bathroom, courtesy of the sunshine.
Right now, there is a 30% tax rebate in place that basically 30% of your total installed cost comes back in a tax credit. So that helps offset the cost of the solar system out there. And then keep in mind, look at your state and local incentive packages as well. There's a lot of states out there that do have incentive programs put together for solar, which help to shorten that return on investment time.
Now, there is an electric heater built into the solar hot water system just in case there's no sun for an extended period of time. Here on Terra Verde, we turned it on just once when we had several cold, overcast days. Still pretty awesome. Now, if you'd like more information about the segment, log on to our show's website, yourlifetv.com, and click the Ask the Experts button if you have any questions. We'll be right back.